Kissing Chair Game. Written and recorded by Sterling Wolfe. Don't lose the game, and you'll learn what happened to him. That's what I told myself as the minute creeped towards midnight. There were probably 100 other things I could have done. The Ouija board, the telephone game, hell, I could have just tried to get the missing persons case reopened. But I needed those answers. I was desperate. So, as the time turned midnight, I knocked on the door 3 times, then 5, then 7, then 3, then waited. At first, nothing happened, and I grew anxious that the ritual had failed. Then, there was 1, 2, 3 knocks. No more, no less. It worked. I opened the door to see the red candle was lit. It worked! You are welcome in my home. I am your host. Enter as my guest. I picked up the candle and held it in the same hand as my white candle. I turned and returned into my house, waiting a second before closing the door without looking. I can't look, or else I'll lose the game. I continued to the next room, where 2 chairs sat in the position of a kissing chair, one with 3 large glasses of salt water in front of it. I walked to the chair without water and set the candle down. I then walked to my own. Please have a seat. Nothing. Please have a seat. A squeak of a chair. The other candle's light went out. I took a seat and thought over my first question. Is my brother still alive? Not right now. I sat up much straighter hearing that, nearly biting my tongue to avoid asking a question out of turn to gain elaboration. If I ask out of turn, I lose. I can't lose. What do you resent for losing him? I thought my answer over carefully. What do I resent for losing him? I can answer this honestly. Nothing I say will be a secret. My family knows my grief. Can I answer this politely? I think so. I resent life, or God, or fate, whatever you call it, for taking him away. I resent the police for letting him disappear. I resent myself for losing him. I resent too many things. What do you mean by he's not alive right now, instead of dead forever? He can come back to life. How, I wanted to ask so desperately, but I held my tongue. Do you believe you will save your brother if you know? I can answer honestly, politely, and without divulging a secret. If I am able to. How can my brother come back to life?
It is easy. Look at me.
I quickly looked opposite of the other chair, completely avoiding looking at it. Honest or not, I cannot lose. Moments passed.
Do you believe I'm not worthy of living again?
I cannot answer honestly or politely. How would one politely tell another they don't deserve life more than another without being dishonest? I grabbed 1 cup and took a full swig of salt water, keeping the stinging warm liquid in my mouth.
Do you not believe I'm worthy of living again?
I didn't respond.
Do you not believe I'm worthy of living again?
No response.
Why won't you look at me?
Finally, the question switched. I choked down the salty liquid before answering. If I do, I lose, and losing would be bad.
And you wouldn't lose to save Charlie?
Charlie. I never mentioned his name. In a moment of panic, I looked over, and I saw him. The same blonde hair and dull gray eyes, the same pale skin, the same slight tilt to his head. Down to his warm smile, nothing was changed.
I'm sorry this is how we meet again. I hope you win soon so we can be together again. Until then, you may leave as my guest.
And then, a terrible thought hit. I lost the game.